This null servlet bean conditionally renders one of its open parameters based on the value of its value input parameter. If that value is null, the open parameter true is rendered. Otherwise, the open parameter false is rendered. IsNull has no output parameters configured. You'll see an example of a servlet bean with all three types of parameters later in this lesson. In the code example in this slide, the input parameter value checks the email property of the user profile. If that value is null, it renders the contents of the true open param. This is a form to enter the email address. There is no false open param configured in this code example. Not shown in the slide are the import of the two nucleus components with their full paths. Basically two import beans, one being profile and the other being profile form handler. You'll learn more about the profile and the profile form handler components as well as forms in later lessons. Here we have an example of a for each servlet bean. The for each droplet iterates over an unknown number of items in an array. The primary input parameter is called array. In the example in the slide, the for each droplet displays an unordered list of users' favorite genres. The droplet uses the opening HTML tag of the unordered list once, iterates over the property as defined by the input parameter, and closes with an unordered list once. The droplet provides the same formatting for each item in the list, creating a list item by using the standard HTML list item tag. Note that the array parameter can be a collection, a vector, list, set, an enumeration, an iterator, a map, a dictionary, or an array. In addition to the parameters listed in the slide, for each also supports several other parameters. The example here continues in the following few slides, showing the different parameters. Here we have input parameters, sort properties. It's a string that specifies how to sort the list of items on the output array. Sorting can be performed on the properties of Java beans, dynamic beans, or on dates, numbers, or strings. To sort Java beans, specify the value of the sort properties as a comma-separated list of property names. The first name specifies the primary sort, the second specifies a secondary sort, and so on. If the first character of each keyword is preceded by a plus, this sort is performed in ascending order. If preceded by a minus, it's performed in descending order. Next, we have the output parameters. Count. This parameter is set to the one-based index of the current element of the array each time that the output parameter is rendered. The value of the count for the first iteration is 1. Key. If the array parameter is a map or a dictionary, this parameter is set to the value of the key in the map or the dictionary. And size. This parameter is set to the size of the array if applicable. If the array is an enumeration or an iterator, size is set to -1. And for open